introduction. I would like to address first the kids. Kids, when I was growing up in Manila, because I grew up in Manila, and tonight, it brought me several good memories. Before I proceed, by the way, I would like to greet you all. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. The Visayan people are very close to me. That's why I would like to address the young kids here. In the Philippines, when I was growing up there, in the 70s, my late young, second to the eldest, brother was elected, unanimously chosen to be a barangay captain, and also at the same time, the third to him, next to him, my late brother, mga late na sila, he passed away. They were all elected to Batang Barangay, so they were among the first. That's why the recent election brought me good memories in the 70s in Manila. What good memories were they? First, because the leaders of my mga kuyas were the Visayas, mga Visayan people. I remember them, That's why I did for the first time the Puracha here. I've never done it in my whole life, but in those of my age, maybe the young ones, you did not experience it anymore. In the 70s and 80s, even in early 90s, to raise funds for the barangays, for the village, the leaders, they usually sponsor a dance in the plaza. There was no roof at the time. With only the banana leaves, but it's very nice because at least they had nice lights at that time, neon lights, colored, If it's they have a budget, the previous dance fundraising activity, they will have that like that one, These lights, colorful lights, Pag walang pan, ang previous, if it's a loss, it's ordinary lights. But I remember it, in the 70s and 80s in the Philippines, we have this Puracha, and I saw yung mga leaders of my brothers, and they were dancing it very nicely. They were actually in barong, I remember them dancing it in barong and Pilpinyana for the women. And one good thing about the Visayan people that I always remember, even now, is because you are very cheerful, Very cheerful ang mga Visayan people. And every time, they always come to our house. We are not rich, But they always come to our house. They share the meals. But because at that time, I was a studious type, I hate people at that time, I said, we did not have any more privacy because people would come, and the leaders, and most of them, the Visayan, kababayan. And you know what would they bring to our house? In addition to their laughters, malayo pa lang sila, you could hear them laughing, That's why you're very cheerful people, very nice people. You know what they're bringing? Banduria. Right? And what else? Tuba. Anyway, those were my good memories, So I hope our young generations now, I'm very happy you are exposing them, telling them and bringing them here. Because it's really hard. On my part, it's a nostalgia already. And I'm very, as I told you earlier, I'm very lucky I experienced it also. Unfortunately, I did not, what do you call it? I did not experience it well because, as I told you, I was the nerd type at that time. And I hate people at that time because I could not concentrate on my studies. But despite that, now it's, when everybody was dancing earlier to the different tune, because Filipinos are known to be on dancing, no, and singing. I remember most especially the Visayan people. You are very nice people. I'm not very regionalistic here, but I would say you have a very good-natured people. In fact, I was talking with your incoming president, no? In fact, it's very diligent in taking our recording our activities tonight. Mr. and Mrs. Abu, can we give them a round of applause? Thank you very much for coming up with this activity tonight. And of course, Mr. and Mrs. Bakilod also. Maraming salamat. And we have also Butch, one of the community leaders here. And most especially my dancing partner tonight, of Kuracha and so many dance. What name you? Si Nanay Rosa. Nanay Rosa, can you please stand up and be recognized? I was surprised. She knows, as I told you earlier, I could remember, she could dance it to the minute details. No? She knows well. And thank you very much for Nanay Rosa. And one thing tonight, I would like to give credit to our teachers tonight because Mr. and Mrs. Abu used to be teachers in the Philippines, no? And I told them earlier, I respect to my teachers in the Philippines. In fact, I credit them for what I had achieved back in the Philippines. So, thank you very much, and to the other teachers here. And tonight also, I understand it's National Day of Nurse, National Week of Nurses, and International Day of Nurses this week. I give a message to the Integrated Filipino-Canadian Nurses Association, one of the largest nursing association here, and our partners in one of our partners in credentials recognition. So let's give a round of applause also to our great. And most especially sa mga kababayan natin sa Marenyon, no? Sa Marenyon. So maraming salamat sa inyo for your kind invitation, of course, from the president of the association. And I'm most honored. And I'm very, very grateful. As I told you earlier, it brought me good memories of the Visayan people. In fact, I had good impression of the Visayan people. It was never erased in my memories, no? Memory. And in fact, until now, it brought back those good days and good memories of our Visayan people, most especially the Samaritans. So I hope next time I can bring to Bahir. I'm just joking, mawalo sa amin. It's prohibited from us. But I think the Visayan people is known for that. Together with the Banduria, singing and dancing, no? Very cheerful people. In fact, if I'm going to go back to my old days, I could say, and with your smiles tonight, I would say, malilimutan ang mga problema sa mundo nito, no? Maraming salamat sa inyo ulit for your kind invitation, and I hope our young generations of Filipino-Canadians try to go back. If you cannot go back to our country, try to look some old movies, Filipino movies. Even if you don't understand, you ask your nanay or your tatay or your aunties or lolos and lolas, ask them how they were before. There are several film clips now in the YouTube that you can look at and be reminisced of what was then the Philippines. And because what was then the Philippines defined what we are now, no? And what you are now. So I hope you can go back and look back to where we came from. And I'm happy to say again na again I will not stop because I came to a familiar territory tonight, no? It's a familiar territory. same experience and same good old memories. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. Now, I'm ready to administer the oath of office of our